When I began exercising, I had a group of friends that wanted me to build shoulder muscles by doing upside down push-ups. Okay, this was a horrible idea on many levels. One, I had no strength. Two, I was afraid to be upside down. They would tell me, even if you can't do one, if you just stay in that upside down position, you will begin to build the type of endurance within your muscles where you eventually will. Look, they could tell me that all they wanted. The reality was, when I was upside down and my arms were shaking, I was scared and I wanted to get back down on my feet. I think my dreadful experience with upside down push-ups very much parallels the experience of suffering in our lives. You see, when suffering strikes, it throws off our equilibrium. And so we scramble to regain a sense of predictability, routine, and comfort. The problem with this is it can often short-circuit the process in which endurance, character, and hope are built within us. Listen to these words from the book of James, chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. I just want to focus on one word that James uses, one word that is probably easily overlooked, and that is the word let. He says, let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature, complete, lacking nothing. Now, if I'm honest, when suffering hits, that's the furthest thing from my mind. I'm thinking, no, how can I get out of this and get back to what I'm comfortable with, back to a routine, back to what I can control? Going back to my upside down push-ups, like, get me down on my feet as soon as possible. The problem is when this becomes the norm in our lives, we're missing out on an incredibly important process in which our faith is gaining strength. Some very specific ways that perhaps we do not let perseverance finish its work in the midst of suffering could be these. Anytime that we're tempted to compromise our convictions in order to get out of suffering, we're probably not letting perseverance finish its work. Anytime that we seek to escape suffering in an unhealthy way or with unhealthy distractions, we're probably not letting perseverance finish its work. Anytime that we take it out on others or are bitter or resentful towards others in our suffering, we're probably not letting perseverance finish its work. There was a reason my friends had much bigger shoulder muscles than I did, because they were willing to stay in an uncomfortable position much longer than I was. And therefore, they had endurance built. But here's the thing. When I eventually got to the point where I would stay upside down for just a short amount of time, even when my arms were wobbling, even when I fell, my friends were there to catch me. And don't you realize that God is far better at catching people than my friends were? And so as our arms begin to feel like they're shaking, as we let perseverance finish its work in our suffering, we can be assured that as we let it finish its work, God will catch us and our faith will flourish as endurance is built. And so I want to leave you with this question. What is a current area of suffering or trial in your life that you simply need to let perseverance finish its work?